Hey everybody, this is Mr. Misuro again, and today I have kind of a short lesson. I just want to talk to you guys about how marine scientists divide up the ocean and what different areas of the ocean are called. It's not going to take very long, so here we go. There's two basic areas of the ocean. There's the areas that are closest to the continents, and those are known as continental margins, and the areas that are in the middle of the ocean, not close to continents, and those are called the deep ocean basin. The continental margin is, like I said, the areas that are closest to the continents. These tend to be the shallowest parts of the ocean. And they have three areas on them: the continental shelf, slope, and rise. You probably really only had contact with the continental shelf. When you guys go swimming at the beach, what you're swimming on is the shelf. If you swam out far enough on the shelf, what you would find is that the ocean basically drops out beneath your feet, and that's called the continental slope. You go out even farther than that, and you get this slightly less cliffy, slopey area known as the continental rise. The continental shelf, slope, and rise make up the continental margin. What's important to understand is that the continental margin goes out a lot farther than a lot of people really have understanding of. If you went deep sea fishing, if you've ever been deep sea fishing in your life, you probably went deep sea fishing on the continental shelf, the shallowest part of the continental margin. If you went into miles and miles and miles away from the shoreline, you are still probably on the shelf. In some areas, the continental margin extends 300-400 miles into the ocean. Really, unless you went on a transoceanic cruise, you would have no event that in your life, within reason, that would have taken you off the continental margin and put you on anything else. The next area is known as the deep ocean basin, the middle of the ocean. What's interesting is that this area, if you take of it as a region of the earth, actually is the largest region of the earth. It covers 30% of the earth, is deep ocean basin. And because it's 30% of the earth, it's more than just deep. There's certain things on it. Things like the abyssal plain or abyssal plains, basically large, flat, featureless areas that are really, really deep underwater. Areas like ridges or rift valleys. You might remember these as the areas where new ocean floor is being created. And then on the other side of those ridges and rift valleys, you have trenches, areas where old sea floor is subducting or sinking under, forming a trench. The abyssal plains, ridges, rift valleys, trenches, all of these are actually part of the deep ocean basin, that largest area of Earth. The reason we're going over them is because the continental margin, the abyssal plain, deep sea trenches, specifically the bottom of trenches, these are all areas that we're going to talk about in the future when we talk about biology and the biology of these areas and the ecology of these areas. But what I need you to understand when I talk about those is what I'm talking about, where in the ocean these are, and what basic features you have. Are they shallow? Are they deep? Is there sunlight? Is there not? So we have two basic regions of the ocean: continental margin and deep ocean basin. Continental margin, shallow areas close to the continents. Deep ocean basin, deeper areas, middle of the ocean. Abyssal plains, ridges, rift valleys, and trenches are what's on them. Thanks for listening. Like I said, it's kind of a short lesson today, but there you go. And that will be that. Tune in for the next lesson where I'm going to talk about currents, upwelling, and downwelling.